like going for cheap. Got my gas for $1.99. I was ending the video, but that was just that whole focus thing and paying attention. This is a video you don't want to miss. This is my call out video. I'm calling out all the men. I'm calling you out. Why? Because I'm tired. For the longest, I have sat and wondered, like, what am I going to do on my channel? What am I going to talk about? Should I do it? As some of you know, I have another channel with my husband, and I do a lot. I have a lot of websites that I'm running and trying to get running. I have clients that I work with and merchandise that, you know, I have to get out for them and design for them. And so it's a lot. I have a lot on my plate. And so running my channels is like another job. And so I was like, I'm not going to do YouTube because I already have a lot going on. And it's not like I need the money. You know, it's not about the money. I like doing what I do. Well, then I got to a point where, okay, I'm the type of person, I like to have multiple streams of income coming in. So, of course, that's going to keep you busy. I have a 9-to-5. I have a lot of 9-to-5s, actually, when I think about it. So I'm like, I'm going to just be me and just talk about whatever I want to talk about, whatever comes to my mind, right? Just talk about it. Well, I'm thinking and I'm working and I'm thinking, and I just decided to call out the men. I'm calling you out, like, legit, I'm calling you out because you guys do enough to get by. So this is what the topic of this video is. You guys do enough to get by. You guys do not go above and beyond. And I'm not calling out all men because there are some men that go above and beyond and do all that you can. But I was just saying to someone that we are all created different. God created us different. He put something specific in each and every one of us. No, we are not all the same. No, we're not all cut from the same cloth. No, we all cannot be put in the same category in a sense. Yes, we can, but no, we can't. Yes, we all can relate to each other. Yes, I'm a Taurus, but no, I don't act that way. No, I'm not this. Yes, I'm stubborn, but not because of this. You know, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, oh, you're stubborn. Yes, I'm stubborn, but why am I stubborn? I'm stubborn for certain reasons and not because of why that person's stubborn or why that person's stubborn. I'm losing my voice. I don't know why. I need some tea. Anywho, get some tea. I am tired of men doing enough to get by. Like, why does the woman have to work so hard and the man does enough to get by? And my answer to that is almost because it's our fault. We allow it. Just like we sit here and we accept things that we shouldn't accept. So if you're unhappy with the situation, then do something about it. I just said that in my other video. If men are unhappy with, why can't I cut? If men are unhappy with their woman making more money than them, then do something about it. So if you're unhappy with your men doing just enough to get by, then do something about it. Put your foot down and say, I'm not happy with this. Like the other day, my husband and I, we're opposites. Like, I am very OCD. Like, I like organization. I like cleanliness. My husband, not so much. Like, he's just kind of like complete opposite. With that topic, we are night and day. But I have adjusted to his ways, and it drives me insane. So when things get to be a bit too much, then I say, if things don't get the way that works for me, I'm going to scream. So then he does enough that I don't scream. I'm not trying to come at him, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to change someone because they are who they are, you know, like, I don't know, like, I have no words for it. I just feel like certain men do enough to get by. If your woman's unhappy about a certain thing, you do enough to make her happy, but then it lasts for a certain time, and then you go back to your ways. Like, if you know that certain things make her unhappy, why not make that change equally? I'm not saying like, oh, well, she said go and do A, B, and C, and you're miserable doing A, B, and C, but you do A, B, and C to make her happy. Like, is there a happy medium with that? Like, should you do that or should you not? Like, is it you changing or is it the person trying to change you because you're doing something that doesn't make you happy, but it makes them happy? Is that something like you're willing to do because you want to make them happy? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like a little kid. Like, I'm looking over the counter and I'm like, can I get some candy? Can I get some gum? Remember when gum was like 25 cents? Or was it even 15 or 10? Like, gum went up. I don't chew gum anymore. Like, I do sometimes. Gum's not good for you. There's products in gum that causes cancer. Everything causes cancer. So not the topic of this video. I go left field. Like, my head is all over the place. It's kind of like how my life is. All over the place. But that's life. Like, that's life. Like, and no one talks about it. Like, that's why I'm like, what is my channel going to be about? Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? Life. These are real things. Like, talk about the real things. Like, life. I don't know. Like, I'm a nice person and I don't like to hurt people's feelings. But I do. And not intentional. Like, I don't intentionally hurt people's feelings, but I'm a very, I'm a very stern person. I don't know if that's the right word. I just, like, I read this meme that said, I have high expectations. Or it said Taurus have high expectations. And I do, but I don't. I just expect for people to do right. Do the right thing, right? I expect you to do the right thing. I expect you to graduate because I know by graduating, then you can live a better life than not graduating. Like, it's proven. If you don't graduate, your life is not gonna be better than someone who didn't graduate. But then I know that someone can argue with me and say, hey, there's people that didn't graduate that are millionaires. I get it. But the people that I know who are on the path of not graduating, I'm not going to say any names. They're not trying to achieve those things. Like, I don't see them going down the path of self-entrepreneurship. That's not even a word. That's not a word. These are the things that I think about out loud. Like, this channel should be the think box. I should call it the think box. I should call my channel the think box. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. The think box. Because it's my thoughts out loud. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm changing my channel name to the think box. because I think out loud. And then I need you guys to help me weigh out my thoughts. Does that make sense? See, I need your help. See how that works. I really should see if the think box is a real thing. And I keep getting text messages, and I can guarantee you it's my best friend. Because anytime more than one text message comes in back to back, it's my best friend. That's my best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. I should put that song right now. Anywho, like seriously, I just like said a bunch of things that made no sense to like one topic, which was calling men out on doing the bare minimum. You know what it is, and I have a friend, a best friend, that I think she would agree with me, like how you're raised, or like if you had a 2-parent home and I do not know why every time I get on video I yawn. It's like the morning time. It is the morning time, and I've been up since 6 o'clock. It is 8:44. It does not feel like 8:44, but it's 8:44. Anywho, the way that you see how your dad is your expectation of how you want your man. Right? Am I right? That's a thinking out loud thought. Does that make sense? I still haven't gotten a fill. I have not gotten a fill. Is that bad? I just asked 2 questions. I need answers. Oh my goodness. Seriously though, like, that was me hiding a yawn. I just got an email. I am horrible. Okay, that's not important. Is that OCD or is that multitasking? I say multitasking. Anywho, so I think it's my dad worked very hard to make sure that the house was taken care of. I don't ever recall us being without anything. He didn't work 2 jobs that I knew of, but he definitely handled his business. And if we needed something, he made sure we got it. However, he made that happen. He made it happen. And I think that that is my expectation. And I know that my friend would agree. I should have her in my video. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's going to be like one of my videos. We're going to think out loud together in the think box together. Because I really think that's what you see as a child really affects you. And I know that to be true. Your childhood affects you in so many ways. Because I love watching Marriage Boot Camp. Love watching it. Like, I did a conference on it. Well, not on it, but some of the things that I've watched on Marriage Boot Camp. I used some of those same techniques in the conference. And I learned a lot. But one of the things that they always say is your childhood affects your adult life. And I definitely agree with that, because if you felt like you weren't loved as a child, you're going to want to seek that love as an adult. Like, My daughter did not have her dad around as she got older. And once she was old enough, she tried to reach out to him and force him to be a dad, and he was more of a friend to her than a dad. Like, I don't think he knew how to be a dad or knows how to be a dad, because he claims that he didn't have his dad in his life. So, like, domino effect, I don't know. I think his dad's great, but whatever, I'm not touching that subject. I think that his dad's a great grandpa. How about that? I'm not touching it. Not touching it, because everyone's going to have their opinion. So, whatever. Like this, yeah, whatever. Anywho, domino effect. But she tried to force him to be a dad, and it didn't work out at all. And so now she is seeking to fill that gap, even though my husband was in her life for, oh my goodness, since 2006. No, since 2004? Yes, since 2004. Ooh, that's a long time. But she wanted her biological dad in her life. And I never kept him from them, even though he says I did. The door was always open for him to walk through it, and he just, whatever. So I do agree that your childhood affects you as an adult. And so I do agree that my expectations are because of my childhood. Because I'm thinking out loud and how that makes sense. But then, not thinking out loud, thinking in my head. This video has been long enough. I have thought a lot. And I'm going to think some more, just not right now, because I have a lot of work to do. I have a YouTube video on my TV. I have one computer here that I'm working on. I've closed this computer. I have a computer there that I'm working on. And why do I have multiple computers? I'll tell you why. Because I don't like PCs, but PCs don't do everything that Macs do, and Macs don't do everything that PCs do, because some software companies only make software for PCs and not compatible with Macs, and vice versa. And I would prefer to use a Mac all day long. But I do not have a Mac phone because I do not like trying to use. No. I have an Android all day, every day. Although it's a Samsung and I was LG all day, every day, I don't like the Samsung. I have a Samsung Galaxy S9. Don't like it. Quality, picture, great. Video, great. Everything else, I would totally go back to my LG. I think my next phone will be my LG. Totally. Not liking the Galaxy at all. That was another think out loud. I said I was going to end this video. I always do this, right? I say I'm going to end my videos, and then I keep talking. And then I say, I'm not a talker, but I keep talking. You know what I want to do? I'm going to try the GoPro, no pro thing. Hold on. This thing. GoPro, no pro. That's what my husband calls it. I'm going to try it. See what the quality's like. The reason being is because I'm tired of looking at myself. See that? Yeah, I don't want to do that. So we're going to try that out. Today, my goal is to get my fill. Will I do it? Probably not. Why? Because I have no motivation. I'm being honest. I have no motivation. Why? Because of this. A, I took my straps off. The little finger things that I got put on Monday. Yep, I took them off. Why? Because they're annoying. If I can cut my cast and take it off, I would. Why? Because it's annoying. It's getting in the way. Like, really. Like, I literally am trying to, like, bend it. It doesn't move. It's annoying. I have work to do. I have lots of work to do. I have phone calls to make. See that look? Don't want to make them. I am changing my channel name though. I'm calling it the Think Box. I like that name. I totally like can envision like this box with a brain in it for my logo. I'm going to do that before I even upload this video. What if the Think Box is already taken though? I'm sure it's taken. I have to come up with a different name or an alternative name. Think out loud. Think out loud. Think out loud. Is that a book? I think that's a book by Joyce Myers. And if it is a book, it's going to be right there. I'm pretty sure that she has a book called Think Out Loud or something out loud. I'm going to put it right there when I find it. Because I'm sure that she has something out loud. It's like daily inspiration out loud or laugh out loud or something out loud. I'm positive that I've read that. Read, people. You should read. Please read. You know why? Because it's just a smart thing to do. You know why? Because someone will give you something and they'll say, sign here. You won't read it. You won't know what you're signing to. And then you have signed your whole life away, your whole everything. And then when something happens and you're like, why is this happening? They'll be like, because you did not read. Does that make sense? It does, doesn't it? I know I need help, but this is me. This is my personality. This is, I don't know. This is just me. Does that make sense? I say that a lot, don't I? I do. It's the way that I avoid saying and ah. Does that make sense? Maybe I should call my channel, Does That Make Sense? That could be a second name. Does that make sense? Because I say that a lot. I think I'm going to use that. I say a lot that doesn't make sense, but it does. And it all like kind of runs together like a sandwich. No, well, yeah. Does that make sense? This is me being me. This is just me being me when no one's around. My dog is around. Rocco is right over there with his ears up, listening to me. He's not looking at me, but he's listening. No one else is around. I don't think. Do you know why I'm like this? Because all of my other 9 to 5s, I can't be like this. You know what I mean? Like, you go into certain environments and you have to be like, how's your day? How are you? That's great. Yeah. I don't get to, like, let loose. I don't get to be me. I don't know what me is sometimes. Like, you know how you're, like, thinking about life and you're like, what is life? What does that mean? Being human, what does that mean? Like, crazy questions that have an answer and a definition, but when you really think about it for a long time, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you say a word for a long time, it really doesn't sound like it makes sense or even sounds right, but it does. Like banana, if you keep saying it, then you question yourself, like, what is a banana? Even though you know what it is. Doesn't make sense, right? Maybe I should call this channel, Does That Make Sense? I don't know. Or maybe I should call it, I don't know. These are the things that go through my head, like, I don't know. I need help. I say these things all the time. Like, I have a personality, but I'm really quiet when I'm not in front of my camera. That doesn't make sense. The thoughts that go through my head. You guys get to hear it out loud. Think out loud. I have said a lot, and I don't think I've made any conclusions to what I've said. I don't know. I've said a lot that maybe I should or shouldn't have said. These are the thoughts that go through my head, though, and I'm just being me and being real and being open, because I feel like sometimes people don't do that. And I think if more people were open and honest and real, the world wouldn't be the way that it is. And that's why there's a lot of psychologists. Psychologists will never go away because they study people. And the study of people, no. That was another yawn that I had. Maybe this is just a lack of sleep. I haven't been sleeping well because of this. It's not comfortable. And it's heavy. My TV just did something funky. Whatever. I'm all over the place. I know. Thinking inside my head. I could do this all day. And I would get nothing done. What am I gonna do with myself? Nothing. Nothing at all. If I upload this video, I'm gonna laugh at myself because there's nothing important in this video. Doesn't make sense. Maybe there's a little importance to it. Maybe. Just a little. I'm trying. Coming up with nothing? Nothing. I'm not really, no. I was gonna say, I'm not really a comedian. I don't consider myself a comedian. This is just me being me. What does that mean? See, there goes one of those thoughts like, are you human? What does that mean? I need help, I know. I'm gonna end this video because my back is hurting. Why? Because when I type, I have to type like this, sideways, and pull up my arm, and it pulls on my back, and it hurts. That was a yawn, again, that I was hiding. Not really. I'm avoiding work because I can't work how I want to work because of this. No. I'm ending this video. I'm out. Bye, guys.
It be hard to watch your cash when the van keep dropping. Got the big Ford on me, so my pants keep falling. It be hard to understand when coming.